hello again. It's wonderful to see you. How are you feeling? Oh, that is wonderful to hear. Most wonderful indeed. And cool, blimey, as they say in the UK, you look absolutely giant. You look like you've grown 50 foot again. Have you been taking your vitamins again? Oh, wait, no. I'm a bird again, that's why. That just seems to be one of the side effects of my, means of long-distance travel. Yes, that's the thing. And of course, me bringing you along sometimes. Thankfully, you're not affected by it. I'm not sure why. I'll have to look into that. But either way, main thing is you are here, and that is wonderful. And, oh, look at that. It's my clipboard. And I seem to have left something. Wait a minute, I remember now. I think I was suspecting that maybe next time I take you to a secluded location for more checkups, that there could be this unfortunate side effects. And I left myself a little gift wrapped up in this piece of tissue here. Oh yes, I remember now. I forgot all about it for a moment. When I brought you here, I was spending my time just practicing my bird calls, which, well, it sounds like whistling. I suppose it just sounds like whistling to you and I, because we whistle, but I'm in a bird form, so bird calls. But anyway, so I believe what has happened is I left myself a little picnic. I guess it's because, well, there's a peculiar little trait here. Now, I didn't eat much recently, actually. I've been skipping out on some meals quite a bit, and that's not healthy. I know, it's a bit hypocritical. For a doctor, of all people, to be neglecting his own health. Blimey. But at least I brought something here, and it doesn't seem to affect me when I'm in human form, so I can gorge all I like as a bird, but when I'm back to human, it's all gone. It doesn't seem to matter. Maybe that's because I suppose it's like eating crumbs and seeds when you're a human. It really doesn't do anything. But for a bird, though, it's delicious. I hope you don't mind. Perhaps I could turn this into a relaxing session for you. You could hear me eating some food, and maybe that could help you relax. Yes, I've heard all about those people on the internet who they eat food right next to a microphone and all those sloppy kind of noises like that. A bit strange, but I of course don't have a big tongue right now. I mean, I don't have a big tongue in general, but I have a little bird tongue and a beak. So I suppose that'll make lots of tapping noises. So how does that sound? Would you like to hear me perhaps talking with you and eating away at this little picnic I've prepared for myself? Well, I can't argue with that, now can I? Okay then, well, first off, let me quickly ask, how is your headspace? On a scale of, let's say, a blade of grass to a jungle. I'm going to mix this up a bit. So, a blade of grass represents basically mood is quite low. It's quite pooey. But a jungle is mighty and strong. That means your headspace must be strong. Where would you place yourself? In the middle, or towards the grass, single blade of grass, or perhaps the jungle? Really now? Well, thank you for letting me know. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to tuck in. Here we go. Very yummy, very tasty. You know, I can fit a lot of pieces of breadcrumbs here and seeds as well. I've got a few mangled pieces of berries thrown in too. I can fit quite a lot in my beak and then chew it all up and enjoy it. Very yummy. Very tasty. Would you like some? Well, by all means, if you ever feel like eating some, then help yourself. There's plenty of breadcrumbs for everyone. Maybe a tasty sunflower seed. Very yummy. Anyway, I'll help myself to some more then. Delicious. I'm eating like a king here, but I'm obviously not a king. I'm a doctor. How often do you eat breadcrumbs as well? Double question. Do you eat these often? How often would you eat these a day? Oh, you don't say. Well, that's interesting. You know, some people don't bother eating bread because there's too many carbohydrates. Good way to lose weight is to cut carbohydrates where possible. Not completely, but, you know, trimming it down. Trimming it down where possible. I try not to eat too many carbs myself. That's why I'm rather thin and lanky. But even then, now I can gorge on delicious carbs in the form of breadcrumbs. Oh, this is very good. It's very tasty. The berries are very sweet too. I believe I picked them from a plant or... No, a bush. I picked them from a bush. I spoke to a few passers-by and asked if they were edible and not poisonous. They gave me some rather peculiar looks, but I think at least one gentleman, an elderly gentleman, he didn't seem to mind how I looked. He said, yes, these are absolutely fine, so I packed quite a few and I've got the rest in my fridge back at home. Very tasty indeed. Packed full of probably vitamin C and maybe the occasional seed inside. So for someone like me, well, when I'm a bird, it's a 2-in-1 deal, you could say. Just like when you eat the bread of a burger, then inside the burger is a burger patty. Surprise, surprise. Bet you weren't expecting that. Double whammy, am I right? Oh, it's right, of course. The burger patty is central to a burger. But my point still remains. Either way, I'm going to tack in some more. Very delicious, combined all together. It's like having a bread and seed sandwich. Do you eat seeds often? It could be bird seeds, it could be sunflower seeds. Anything of the sort. How often do you eat those? Oh, right. Well, they're very good for you, but I suppose in moderation. I believe they're good for protein, but don't quote me on that. That could be my bird brain telling me otherwise and making me think all sorts of kooky things, but who knows? Of course I am of course a human, but not right now. I'm in bird form. But my point still remains. I'll have to look into that. But eating seeds is quite good for you, especially if you have bread with seeds on. That does bring back the whole, carbohydrate thing I was talking about, but point still remains, point still remains. Tasty, yummy, very filling, very filling. Did you hear any squeaking nearby? Wait. It could be a rat. It could be a wild rat squeaking. Unless it's your bed. I'm not sure. Does a rat sound tasty? I don't know. And I think I might be a bit too small of a bird to bother. No, it doesn't. Maybe if I was an eagle, or a raven, or one of those dodo birds I've heard so much about. Maybe if I was one of those, I might be interested, but no, not for me. Breadcrumbs, seeds, and... Ooh, there's a piece of rice there. This is a feast for the ages. Do you eat rice often? Why, rice is gold. The perfect side dish. It's great with curries and other things. I'm sure you'll agree with me there. I should probably eat some more rice. That would be rather tasty with an egg. Not one of my eggs, though. Oh, wait, I don't lay eggs, but either way, my point still remains. Might be tasty. Maybe. I wouldn't mind some tasty rice morsels, but I don't think there's any more here. Actually, I think this is almost done now. Oh, question. Have you ever eaten worms before? You've never eaten a worm? Really? Oh my. Now that is surprising. You're telling me you've never chowed on a succulent, juicy worm? Packed full of protein they are, that I can tell you from experience. Not in human form, that's disgusting in human form, but in bird form. Ooh, tasty, very yummy, very scrummy indeed, I think. Unless it was just a long, thin piece of berry. I can't remember. Whatever it was tasty. That time I ate it, I just can't quite remember because my memory's it's a bit holy, it's a bit like it's like a bag of seed with small holes inside, and the seed pours out. And you think, oh no, it's all pouring out, I want it to stay inside. But I digress. Sorry, I seem to be getting a bit too excited here. I should calm myself down a bit. That's better. Yes, okay. Oh, the flavors are still on my tongue. Okay, well, I best wrap things up here because that looks like all the food's been eaten. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, now all the food's been eaten. How's your headspace on a scale of blade of grass to jungle? I appreciate your honesty very much. Thank you ever so much for letting me know. Well, hopefully I should be able to get you back home. Well, if you let yourself just relax in bed now, because I can tell you're getting sleepy, so get yourself all comfy, and when you wake up, you'll be back in your room. So let yourself relax now. Ever so relaxed. Ever so comfy. And just imagine yourself at, let's say, in a forest, like this. In a bed, surrounded by trees, and no matter how windy it is, you feel safe and warm. I mean, that does seem to describe the current situation, but either way, fall asleep with that image in mind, regardless, and let yourself unwind. That's the sound of unwinding. That's another sound of unwinding. That's the wind winding down, so sort of unwinding. Nighty-night then, my star number one, most favorite patient in the whole wide world.